First time on the continent of Africa, completely first time. Before coming here, I didn't realize how abandoned these people were and the communities that they're in were. I knew that they didn't have access to clean water, but I didn't quite understand how drastic the difference was, just how far away these communities are, how difficult they are to get to, how rural they are, how isolated they are. I mean, I guess a part of it is like grief is a strong word, but like a sadness for the people that this water that they've been around for generations now and was such a sustaining life source for them is now harmful for them, like is dangerous for them in a way that it wasn't for their great-great-grandparent. And I understand how devastating that must be. And so to be able to return that source of life back to a people whose culture is entirely built around it, so that they're not, getting bottled water imported from somewhere else, but it's the same water from the same river that their great-grandparents have been getting water from. Just now it's been filtered and is safe for them to drink. I felt very glad to see that. I've just seen so many photos. I've seen so many photos of these devices, and to see it in person was amazing. To just see it come to life was amazing. Yeah, and they're so different too. Every device is really, the infrastructure around the device is really customized to the village and the needs of the village. And so that's not maybe something I noticed when I had just looked at pictures. I maybe didn't understand why one looked a particular way, but learning this one has the device a little bit higher because the school children will mess around with it or something. It was interesting to see. And then even just 10 years ago, a small child who had clean water and is now in high school, that child maybe had more energy in their studies and had, was less dehydrated and more able to pay attention. And so maybe the school that they were then able to go to next, or the grades that they were able to get, was higher. And then the next step in their education is the doors are open for them, right? And access to education is access to livelihood and to, I think hearing the doctor who's responsible for all of the islands, when he talked about how all of the islands that had easy water, working with them, none of them got cholera in the latest cholera outbreak. And the other islands he worked with that did not work with easy water, they had massive cholera outbreaks. And he was talking about solo managing 250 cases of cholera by himself. That was really heartbreaking. The difference was so drastic. Literally just ill, not ill. Healthy, not healthy. And so, if it's possible to spread this, if it's possible for the next time there's an outbreak for not just 5 villages to be protected from it, but 10, but 20, but all, that's something that's important to happen.